In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, B-Up's on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in this sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind. Through the sweat and the tears, the blood and the fight, B-Wop tells the stories under the bright lights. In the silence of the night.
What's going on? What's going on, family? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this Saturday afternoon? Welcome to Sports Talk with B. Watts. I'm your host this afternoon, Bernard Watts. Only thing I ask that you do, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and hit that bell notification to let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. And if you'd like to continue to support the broadcast through Cash App, Super Chat, or just by joining the membership, I would highly appreciate it. Whatever you do to support the broadcast, all right? What's going on, everybody in the chat? Y'all doing all right? Promise you, I won't hold you long. Got a little stuff I gotta need to do around the house before I get out of here. And I'll be back to do a live show tonight. It's scheduled for 9 p.m. Just in case I don't make the 9 p.m., I should have it and be ready at 10 p.m. Depends on what time I get back today. All right. Let's get into it. FD, what's going on? Y'all doing all right? Appreciate you for rocking with me. That evening, what's going on? You doing all right? Appreciate you. DJH, y'all hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Miss Val C is in the building. Patricia McGee is in the building. How you doing? My dog, Reverend Nelson. Boy, you preached that thing, Reverend Nelson, yesterday. Preach that thing. Yeah. Robert Washington, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you rocking with me. What's going on, X in the cut? You all right? Yeah. Reverend Nelson said to all the Queen sister, hello, and to all the bros, what's up? I said the same thing, Rep. Miss Smiley Mom is in the building. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love CC. It's in the building. Boss lady. Both of the boss ladies are here. What's going on, Miss Phyllis Smith? How you doing? Won't hold y'all long. I promise you. Daniel, what's going on? Georgia watching. Georgia in the building. I appreciate that. Look at here. I just got a simple question, y'all. A big shot coming out of the Cleveland Browns minicamp. What's the big shot? The big shot is, Miss Harris, what's going on? The big shot. I mean, a big shock. It ain't gonna get no bigger than this, Roger. It's a big shock that's coming out of Colorado. I mean, not Colorado, but Cleveland. And what is that? I'm glad you asked. Mr. Miami, what's going on? What's the big shot? The shock. The big shock is that Shedeur Sanders went out there and did something they didn't expect him to do. They really didn't. See, they really didn't do their proper scouting on Shedeur Sanders. I'm just gonna tell. I'm just gonna get. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like it is. They didn't do their proper scouting on Shedeur Sanders. See, they didn't expect him to be that accurate. They did not expect him to be that consistent. Consistent. They didn't expect that, y'all. But I'm here to tell you, he's him. Coach Prime told the NFL world, I got the two best player in college football on this Colorado team. He said it for 2 years, and he told the truth. That was Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback. But what's the big shot? I'm going to tell you the big shot. They stumbled. They lucked up and got a player. All that. And that's Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders can change their franchise. See, they jumped the gun. That's why I keep trying to tell you. They didn't do their homework. They didn't do their proper scouting. Whoever's on their scouting team, they just didn't do they didn't do their work, y'all. If they did not have Shedeur Sanders, if they did not have Shedeur Sanders high on their draft board, something wrong. They didn't do their proper scouting. It ain't just them. It ain't just them. Unless they were fear of their job with Deion Sanders. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can see. That's the only thing I can see. It only go two ways, y'all. They didn't do the proper scouting, or they didn't want Coach Prime because they were fear of losing their job. They lucked up on Cleveland Brown. They lucked up on Shedeur Sanders. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you a video saying the same thing that I just said. Because Shedeur Sanders is him. I don't care nothing about no Joe Flacco, no Kenny Pickett, no Dylan Gabriel. I understand what they did. I understand they went and signed Kenny Pickett before that draft. That was crazy of them for trading a fifth round draft pick for Kenny Pickett. He haven't done anything to let them know or for them to recognize that he could be their future or a franchise quarterback. He was drafted by Pittsburgh. They didn't even want him. He was a first round draft pick. I mean, that ain't my fault. Look like Pittsburgh didn't do their homework before they drafted him. It didn't work out. Just because you are a great and good quarterback in college, it don't necessarily say it's going to translate to the NFL. It just don't. I love CC. It just don't. Miss Patricia McGee. Robert Washington, just because you was a good quarterback in college, that don't mean you're going to be a good quarterback in the pros. Ask Alabama. Look at the Alabama quarterbacks. Are they trees? Before they got the tour. Look at those quarterbacks that Nick Saban. How many quarterbacks that Nick Saban out of his college coaching have put in the NFL? I got time right now. I'm just trying to tell y'all. They lucked up on a quarterback that can save them. But the question is, y'all tell me, chat, maybe I'm lost. Do the Cleveland Browns really want Shedeur Sanders as their franchise quarterback? I want to know. It's just a simple yes or no. Do you really think? Do you really honestly think they want Shedeur Sanders to be their franchise quarterback this year, not next year, this year? Because I'm trying to tell you right now, I love CC said, yeah. Okay. I just want to know, Roger. I just don't know, blessed budget. Do they really, really, really want Shedeur Sanders as their quarterback. Elijah Watson, what's up? What's up? What's up, Daniels? I just want to know, y'all, do they really want him? That I tell you what, if finna show up and tell you during minicamp. When minicamp start, we finna find out, because it's time to start putting the plays in start for your offense. The season started in about 2 more months. I tell you what, here is a video I was telling you about. They stumble up on. They came up lucky.
Became Post-it notes, which are probably more important anyway. But the point being is they stumbled into wild success. And I think that's what the Cleveland Browns have done. The coach and the GM didn't want to draft Shedeur Sanders. And they did in the 5th round, 2 rounds after Dillon Gabriel. And he's crushing it. He's their best quarterback in camp. Colin, he's facing backups. Yeah, he's throwing to him as well. Sometimes you stumble into success. It's not a straight line. It's not linear. Brady with the Patriots, Brock Purdy to the Niners, Kurt Warner to the Rams. It's not always a straight line. So the staff, because they picked, and the GM, because they picked Dillon Gabriel 3rd round and Shedeur 5th, they're giving Dillon Gabriel most of the first-team reps, but not all of them now. Not all of them. The coaching staff cannot deny what's happening. And here's the difference. Let's forget Flacco for a second. He'll probably start, and Kenny Pickett's not the future. Let's concentrate on the 2 kids. Shedeur Sanders is 34 of 44. 9 touchdowns, 1 pick. The most accurate quarterback easily in camp, 77%. Dillon Gabriel is the least of the 4 accurate quarterbacks, 54%. Okay, so I'm sorry, they're all thrown to the same guys, same protection, same coaching staff. And that's why you got to be careful about Dillon Gabriel. If you just talk about Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, they did not have similar college experiences. Okay, Shedeur Sanders has Travis Hunter and a bunch of non-Sunday players. Dillon Gabriel went from powerhouse Oklahoma to powerhouse Oregon. And Oregon, outside of Ohio State, Texas, and Georgia, Oregon had the most guys drafted. They had 10 guys drafted, NFL receivers, left tackles, right? So Dillon Gabriel's playing with pros. Pros everywhere. Receiver, Rams drafted their tight end. The receivers, their left tackle. Pros everywhere. Great staff. One of the highest paid staffs in the country. Shedeur Sanders had Travis Hunter, who got doubled and tripled. So it's just like you and I, you can't compare a Yale GPA to a community college GPA. But if you give them a standardized test, or they're taking the bar to be an attorney, okay, now it's fair. So that's why I think I don't want to hear about what Dillon Gabriel did in college. Shedeur didn't have that experience. The OTA and the mini camps, that's the standardized test.
I can't say that. That's the whole show. I can end this show right there. I can end the show right there. You cannot judge Dillon Gabriel what he did in college, because Shedeur Sanders didn't have the experience that he had in college. Other words, Shedeur didn't have the offensive line that Dillon Gabriel had. Dillon Gabriel played 6 years in college. Shedeur Sanders only played 4, 2 at Jackson State and 2 at Colorado. And he still went out there and outperformed Dillon Gabriel in OTAs and minicamp. Numbers don't lie. Numbers do not lie. And he went out there and put them numbers up. He killed them. He killed them. Like I said, they stumbled. They stumbled and got lucky with Shedeur Sanders as their quarterback when they drafted him in the 5th round. All because of whatever the reason was. Whatever the reason was, that's what happened. And now they too stuck in their ways to try to fix it. They got to let it play out. They got to play with the fans. They got to play with the media. And if they look in the mirror, they playing with themselves. They playing with themselves. By with Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel on they staff, on their team, on their roster. If they really think Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel can win enough games to get them to the playoff, they got another thing coming. They have another thing coming. Once again, do they really want Shedeur on their team? You're right. You're right, Mitch. They did. Lockhart, what's going on? They did. Do they really want Shedeur on the team? That's all I want to know. Do they really want the team? Because he's killing them. He killing. Name me another quarterback that's in OTAs and minicamp right now have put up those numbers that Shedeur don't put up. 41 of 53 with 9 TDs and 1 interception. I'm listening. I'm listening. I just don't think they have. Shedeur just out there doing like Kyle Hurd said, he throwing to second team offense and he running against the second team defense. I mean, so what? Yeah. So what? He's killing. He's just killing it out there. Once again, do they really want Shedeur as they franchise quarterback? It's something to think about. I done thought about it. Do they really want it? And we're going to find out in 5 more weeks. We're going to find out in 5 more weeks. 5 more weeks. We're going to find out. Wizard Speak said, I'm sure the Browns owner has his eye on social media, and if Stefanski doesn't give 12 the nod, the owner will step in and make the call. Money talks. Nothing else matters in the NFL. I kind of agree with you, big dog. I think he's going to take, I hate to say this, I think he's going to take the owner for Shedeur to start. Because that general manager, he got to save his face. Along with the head coach, Kevin Stefanski. They got to save their face, y'all. They got to. They got to. Because you got, they spent a 5th round draft pick on Kenny Pickett. They did. Why? I don't know. They did. They also drafted Dylan Gabriel before Shedeur. Why? That's a good question, y'all. That's a good question. But anyway, I just want to know, do they really want him? Because the players on the team is talking. You got players out there saying, this dude look different. Look different than the rest of them, Coach G. Chad Ochocinco on Nightcap said he talked to the peoples inside the building. He talked to some players that's on the team. He talked to some players that is legit ballers on that team. And that's what they said. He said he looked different from the rest of the quarterbacks on this team. He just looked different. It looked different. Matter of fact, I got a video. Once again, I got a video of Chad Ochocinco.
About it, I got a couple of young bulls out there. I talked to Denzel Ward.
Yep.
I talked to some, but I can't say the name. But anyway, I done talked to some people. He looked different. There's a difference when that young bull is out there spinning that ball. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Difference. I'm talking about football. I ain't talking about no media and all that hoopla and all them, on Twitter, they putting up the numbers. Some he was 10 for 12 for 2 touchdowns. I'm talking about when he's at the helm, he looks different. Whether he's going with the first team, second team, or third team. It don't matter. I understand getting drafted in the 5th round. All that means nothing when it's time to play football and that whistle blows. He looks different than the rest of the competition. That's what I heard. And I'm talking from not Brother Ward. I'm just talking about from sources that's in that room, that's on that field, that's playing the sport.
Once again, Chad Ochocinco said, I talked to some guy that's on the field. They see it. He just looked different. All that fifth round draft pick is out the window when that whistle blow. Brown girl, I love CC, Roger Johnson, Coach G. It's out the window. He just looked different than any other quarterback that's out there. I ain't worrying about that Twitter talk or that hoopla or whatever they talking about. This dude look different out there. Whether he's running with the first team, second team, third team, or fourth team, he looked different. I noticed Chad Ocho said first team. I didn't say it. Ocho said it. In order for somebody to know what Shedeur is doing with the first team, he must not ran with the first team. They just ain't showed it to the media. They just ain't told the media nor the public. Shedeur having not said not one time he haven't ran with the first team. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Shedeur Sanders is out there doing it. And it's up to that Cleveland general manager, head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach to make the right decision. To make the right decision. I don't want to hear all that wait to the field for 6 or 7 or 8 games. Nah, that ain't the way you play sports. We want to compete from the start. We want Smoking Joe. We want Jackson, Action Jackson. We want him. We ain't dodging nothing. I'm just trying to tell you right now. I believe they lucked up and got a quarterback that can spin it. Franchise quarterback at that. They did not really want him because they had the second pick in the entire draft. No, they knew they needed a quarterback. They know they needed a quarterback. And it's sad that the owner had to step in. It's sad that the owner had to step in and say, hey, now we drafting Shedeur. Right after they drafted Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. They drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, and the owner came behind him and said, the hell going on here? No, we finna take Shedeur. I know one thing. If this don't go good, somebody gonna lose their job. I don't mean to put that on nobody. I don't know if that means that the general manager nor the head coach. I tell you what, go 3-14 this year with Shedeur sitting on the sideline and see what's gonna happen to you. Kevin Stefanski, you the head coach. You go out there and go 3-14 this year, like you went last year, and Shedeur sitting on the sideline. Okay then. All right then. Man, it's wild out here, y'all. Wisdom speak. Appreciate the 1999, brother. I absolutely love the show. Great work. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change a thing. I'm with you, B Watts, 100%. Oh man, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, big dog. Appreciate that. I'm just trying to tell y'all. I'm just trying to tell you, man. It's good to have some people behind you, whatever you do. Appreciate. I love CC, R Jizzle, Reverend Nelson, everybody. Smiling Mom, everybody who support the broadcast. I appreciate y'all. Even the ones in the chat, even the ones who don't say nothing, just tune in on a regular basis. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm just trying to say, y'all, do they really want it? We finna find out. Do they really want it? Do they want to do it as their quarterback? We're gonna find out in 5 more weeks. If they go by from what we done seen, Shedeur Sanders gonna be him. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you, he's gonna be him. And hear what hear what one another player that said in my 15 years in the league. And this ain't me talking. This ain't none of my tweet. This somebody else that played. In my 15 years in the league, I never seen a player, let alone a rookie, absolutely dominate mandatory minicamp the way he has. I'm just trying to tell y'all, you can't make this stuff up, man. If the players see it, if the media see it, if the fan base see it, somebody please tell me why. Why do they don't see it as of right now? Or could they? Or do they see it and just don't want to recognize a real dog when they see one, big and small? I'm going back to Cali. That's all I want to know. Can they identify a franchise quarterback? Because they don't hit and miss for the last 10 years. Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, Deshaun Watson, to name a few. They don't hit and miss. They don't hit and miss on quarterback. But they got one. They lucked up into one. Because this dude right here said, in my 15 years in the league, I never seen a player, let alone a rookie, absolutely dominate mandatory minicamp the way he has. The way he has. Out there showing out. Out there putting it down. Out there showing out. And then his another teammate, Greg Newsom II, came out and said this right here. I think his dad has really taught him how to be that guy in the spotlight and understands what comes with it. Reverend Nelson, Roger Johnson, Allen, Robert Washington, a NFL player. A NFL player said this. I think his dad, Coach Prime, has really taught him how to be that guy in the spotlight and understand what comes with it. What comes with it? Know how to take an interview. And before the draft and during the draft, the New York Giants want to put out that lie that he wasn't prepared for the interview. He wasn't prepared. He didn't know how to do a teach back from an offensive play. He couldn't make the correction. Been playing football all his life. Since he was 8 years old with his father, who's a Hall of Fame defensive player and wide receiver and Major League Baseball. You don't think he know how to conduct the interview? Huh? Please, give me a break. And one thing I like what Shedeur said when they asked him that question. What have you learned since you've been out here in Cleveland? There it is right there. He know y'all some devils. He know what's going on. You don't think his dad done talk to him? Be prepared for the unexpected? Shedeur Sanders said, I had to pray. Yeah. I had to get a relationship with God. Yeah. Because y'all some devils. I would say spiritually. That's what he went and said. Getting closer to God and definitely talking to him constantly and having a real relationship with him. Because y'all are some devils. You're messy. You're messy. You're messy. Do my dog. Do my dog. Do y'all want my dog as a franchise quarterback? Now, I said last night, I talked to a couple of people. They told me, Big Watts, don't get hung up. Don't get so hung up in that quarterback tracking. I said, okay, big dog, big G. He said, these are the words he said. I love CC, Crawford, Washington. He said, just because Shedeur haven't got the reps that the most of them have gotten, the decision already been made. I said, dog. I said, okay. 2 hours later, he did a show on it. And he broke that thing down good. He told me, and I listened to his show again. He said the decision already been made going into minicamp. I said, okay. And I kept listening. He said Joe Flacco going in as number 1. Shedeur Sanders going in at number 2. The reason why Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel is getting all those reps, they fighting for number 3. I said, whoa, G Money. Be watched. See. I said, hold on, G Money. He said the decision already been made. See, quit listening to the other clowns. They trying to make up their own storyline about who they want instead of looking at the big picture. I played this game. I said, okay, G Money. Yeah. I said, okay, big dog. Decision already been made. Flacco coming in at number 1. Shedeur gonna be number 2. And Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel, they fight for number 3. Because one thing about it, Dylan Gabriel don't got an opportunity to show us what he got. Because they picked him in the 3rd round. He almost threw 100 passes in OTAs and minicamp. Yeah. He don't throw 83 passes. 83 passes. 83. Only completed 48. I'm just saying. Somebody got to make a decision. Somebody got to go. Is it Kenny Pickett or is it Dylan Gabriel? Decision already been made, as they say. But we're going to find out. I said, I'll take that. Because you know what? Because I believe Shedeur still can walk down Joe Flacco when it comes down to that scrimmage. When it come down to that scrimmage against Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers, when they get ready to travel, that's when Shedeur going to strike. That's where Shedeur going to come in and do what he got to do. It just is. That's when they going to come in, speak, Wizards speak. I'm not saying that's where it's going to come in at, y'all. I think he's going to get it. They can't deny him. He's better than them. It's not a quarterback in that room. Fear nobody. Who they play? Anybody, I guarantee you. When I used to play sports, I used to look at that schedule. Football, I look at the teams who I'm getting ready to play. Miss Leonard Brooks. I look at the teams who I'm getting ready to play. I go down it. I'm going to go down it. It's 10 games on him. I said, we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. Nah, it's going to be hard. We're going to have to battle to beat them. We're going to beat them. We're going to beat them in that last game. They might get us on that one. You know why? You judge them by the quarterback. That's what you look at. You look each team at their quarterback position. And that's how you judge to know who you're going to beat or who you're going to lose to. When they look at this Cleveland Brown roster and they look at their schedule, Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow, he already counted Cleveland Brown as winning. They're going to win that game. I bet you. I promise you. He already done counted as a win. Because he know he ain't finna face Shedeur. He already know he going to face Joe Flacco. According to the street committee. He know that. So they're going to chop that up as they win. But you let Shedeur come out of there. I bet he probably breaks then. Yeah. You let Shedeur come out of there as quarterback number 1, game 1. They're going to have to pump them brakes. Oh, what in the heck we don't got a hold to? What Cleveland doing? We finna buck the system. We finna turn up. Yeah, we finna jump this party. That's what we finna do. With 12 back there. 12 standing in the background of the owner. Look at the owner looking at Joe Flacco. He frowned up. You disgust me. When he look at Shedeur, he got his shades on. He looking at Joe Flacco. Man, you disgust me. I don't know why. My general manager and head coach signed you. Look at him. He frowned up. He took his shades off and put it on top of his head and frowned up when he looked at Joe Flacco. Man, you disgust me. You older than me. Coach Prime was right during that draft when he was talking to Shedeur. Man, he older than me. Now, when he look at Shedeur, he got his shades on. Yeah, that's my quarterback. That 12 is me. I pick him. Yeah. He look at Joe Flacco. Man, you don't get out of my face. My quarterback standing behind me. My QB1 is standing behind me. He's standing behind me. Shedeur Sanders. He's standing behind me with that football in his hand. You got a helmet in your hand. You don't play 18 years in the league. You got a helmet in your hand. My star quarterback got a football in his hand. He frowning up. You can see, I see 15 veins in his face when he looking at you, Joe Flacco. 15 veins in his face and neck. Man, look like he finna go into a cardiac arrest. Yeah. Do me a favor. Retire yourself. Retire yourself. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Hey, I'm just, man, you disgust me, man. You don't get out of my face. Coach G, I love CC. Man, you don't get out of my face talking about being a quarterback. Man, don't nobody on this schedule fear you. Yeah. Smiling mom. C. CC. That man got 20 veins in his face. Look how he frying it up. Man, I gotta take off my shades after look at you. Man, when I look at you, dude, I'm cool. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. Sports Talk with B Watts and them talking about me. When Shedeur is here, man, when I'm around you, ain't nobody talking about us. Can't you see the difference? Yeah. Retire yourself, big dog. Go back to that couch. I don't know what my general manager and head coach were thinking about. I don't know. I don't know what they scared of, but I tell you what. Go 3-14 this year, Kevin Stefanski. Yeah, no, it ain't I love CC. It ain't too early. It's just right. I'm warming up for the night. Yeah. I'm warming up for the night. Look at her. Man, look at here. Even Mary Kay. She done changed her tune. Y'all read that story that she done wrote this morning? I ain't hate to bring her name up on my show. She wrote a story. I thought I had it. I didn't save it. Yeah, she wrote a story about Shedeur Sanders early this morning. She wrote a story about Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur is looking good. Yeah, like he wasn't looking good the first day, or the second day, or the third day, or doing OTA. He looking good. If he keep doing what he doing, he just may be QB1. Yeah, we've been trying to tell you that from the jump. Now, what now happened to Mary Kay? She heard G. Bush talking about it. Yeah, she heard G. Bush. She been hearing G. Bush on her head without calling her name. Yeah, but guess what? She know what he was talking about and who he was talking about. She know that. Now, she can't fool me on that one. She know G Money was talking about. Oh, yeah. She can't fool me on that. She knew. I'm just trying to tell y'all. She trying to change it. Yeah, she trying to change that tune now. Yeah, she done seen that boy went out there and worked. And every reporter done came back talking about Shedeur. Except them haters. It be them old white women for some reason. Be hating. Be hating on the dude for no reason at all. Out there turning up on him. Shedeur Sanders. You might as well go and get it to him, big dog. He ain't going nowhere. We gonna take it. We gonna take it. Jabbar, you right. She flip-flopping. Flip-flopping like on the like a fish on a bank. Yeah. Nah, we ain't bagging down. We ain't bagging down. Shedeur told you. I'm used to people hating the Sanders. You know who my dad is? He told him during the NFL draft. We used to this. I ain't out here trying to prove nothing to you nor nobody else. I'm trying to prove it to myself by getting better, get to know that playbook, and I'm gonna come out here and put that smoke down on y'all. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And every pass I throw, I'm consistent with it. A completion. Ain't no balls hitting the ground unless that wide receiver just missed it. Accuracy. I was doing that at Jackson State. I was doing this at Colorado. I was doing it at Colorado. Ain't nothing changed. I'm still him, Patrick Williams, Smiling Mom, Val C, TWB. I'm still him, and I've been him. Only thing I'm trying to tell you, they lucked up and got a prize. They got a prize in Shedeur Sanders. He can change their franchise if they make the right decision. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. You got to sit there and report on him and deal with him. And deal with him. And deal with him. You're going to have to deal with him. He dominated. In 15 years in the league, I never seen a player, let alone a rookie, absolutely dominate mandatory minicamp the way Shedeur Sanders has. Dog pound. You can't make this stuff up, Coach G. Brown Girl, Reverend Nelson, Roger Johnson, Robert Washington. Can't make it up. If we can see it, and we behind this internet and this laptop, I love CC. We don't know why the rest of them can't see it. But like G. Bush say, decision already been made, be what? I said, okay, let's ride with it. But I tell you what, the players love him.
Hey, would you listen to Njoku's wild outbursts?
We making sense sometimes, though.
Sometimes I don't.
He's just saying that, bro.
No, sometimes I don't.
He's just saying
sometimes
that.
I be
Hey,
just.
I appreciate the receiver.
Sometimes I be just talking. Sometimes I be saying.
No, I feel that.
You gonna know. Like when I be spazzing, you gonna know if I'm serious or not. You know what I mean? Because I do be crashing out. That's a fact.
Bro, crashing out not cool, bro.
I'm not saying it is, but it is what it is.
Hey, he say he be crashing out when he don't get that ball. He lets you do it. No, you do it. You don't give me that ball, boy. I'm gonna crash out. Cause you do it. Told no coach that, hey man, ain't no need to crashing out, bro. Ain't no need to crashing out. They mic'd up, and the Cleveland Browns let them talk. They didn't mic up Joe Flacco. They didn't mic up Kenny Pickett. They didn't mic up Dylan Gabriel. They mic'd up Shedeur Sanders to talk to a tight end, a star tight end on the team, a star tight end in the NFL, and they let him talk. Why would a star on the team talk to a fifth round quarterback? Why? Why? Timothy Eyes? Why? Leonard Brooks, Roger Johnson, TWB, I love CC. Why would a fifth round draft pick at the bottom of the poll or the quarterback room would talk to a fifth round draft pick? Quarterback at that. Why he ain't mic'd up talking to Joe Flacco? Why he's not mic'd up talking to Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel? I'm like Keith Sweat. Something just ain't right. According to the reports that coming out of Cleveland. Either way, either side. Can we all just get along and report the truth? Can we all just get along when you do your reporting and report the truth? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying.
I think at the end, especially when the preseason starts, he's going to find a way to beat those guys out. That's just my opinion. The eye test tells me at the end of the day. Now, I've known him since he was a little kid, but I just think his makeup, what he's all about, felt like he got slighted in the draft, and I will agree with him. He did. Not saying maybe he should have been the first player picked. I'm not saying that, but I think there's a lot that went into that. Why he dropped so much. I don't think it had anything to do with football, but the other things that go along with football. I think the glare of who he is, who his father is. I think a lot of teams were hesitant, worried that they didn't want that in their locker room. But when you meet the kid and you meet what he's about, he's a pro. He's a pro. He knows how to do things. He goes about it the right way. So I just think when the lights come on and they start playing in the preseason, look out. I think he's going to do good.
Former head coach, former NFL player, Herm Edwards, the voice of Herm Edwards. No football. No football. When the lights come on and when they begin that preseason, he going to walk them down. That's all he was trying to tell you. He going to come through. He going to be QB1. He's just that talented. He's just that good. He accurate with that football, stand strong up in that pocket. Only thing Shedeur need to do, get to know that playbook. If he get to know that playbook, know how to make the checks, make the reads, it's over with. We already know he know how to throw the ball. Timing plays. We already know he do that. We already know he know how to do that. Only thing he need to know how to do, read a defense. Read a defense, know the plays, know how to check out a play, and give the information to the players on the offensive side of the ball when he get ready to make adjustment. Once he get that down on a consistent basis, it's a wrap, y'all. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because ain't none of those quarterbacks on that roster they have right now. It's a threat. They couldn't start for nobody. Everybody's talking about they gonna make a trade. Who want Joe Flacco? Who will want Kenny Pickett? Who want Dylan Gabriel? 5'9", ball getting batted down at the line of scrimmage. Who will want that? Who will want either one of those quarterbacks on this list other than Shedeur Sanders? Other than Shedeur Sanders, y'all. I'm just saying. Let's make this. Hey, quit playing games. Let's make this thing make sense. That's all I want to know. Make it make sense. Do they really want to win? Or are they trying to tank? Or they trying to tank because they think they might have a chance at the Manning guy that coming out next year if he choose to come out. That's what they really want. Manning hadn't played 3 games in college yet. Shedeur Sanders done broke 100 passing records in 2 years at Colorado. At Colorado. He done broke 100 family. He done broke 100 passing yards. 100 passing yards at Colorado in 2 years. That Manning guy in college ain't did nothing. He did nothing in college. He haven't done anything in college. Cleveland Brown got a franchise quarterback. that can go out there and turn their whole franchise around and make the owner, GM, head coach, and everybody on that staff look like a genius. They check in. Yeah, when and make the Pittsburgh Steelers look bad. They can make the New Orleans Saints look bad. They can make the New York Giants look bad. New York Jets look bad if Shedeur go out there and ball out. But they got to give them opportunity first. Gonna make them all look bad. They're gonna wish they had. And two of them gonna lose their job. It don't matter what two it is. RD, what's going on? Gonna make them look bad. Gonna make them look bad. All because they missed on a quarterback when they had the chance to get one in Shedeur Sanders. He's a franchise quarterback. We know that. And we're going to keep singing until game one. I'm going to let you know. Every day I come on, Shedeur Sanders is a franchise quarterback. He's him. He is him. He's him. He's him. He prepared for it. His daddy prepared him for it. They knew this day was coming. They knew this day was coming. And it's here. But once again, like I said, they talking trash about it. Because James Jones, nah, let me play this right here.
Shedeur Sanders, 41 of 53, 9 touchdowns to 1 interception. That's a 77% completion rate. Dillon Gabriel, he had 83 attempts. He had 48 completions out of the 83 for 8 touchdowns, no interception. So like 50, I think that's 54, 55%. Shedeur, in the limited amount of snaps, had 7 less completions than Dillon Gabriel and had 30 less throws.
Opportunities. So right there, it's easy numbers to figure out. And I saw it for the 2 days that I was there. What I consistently saw was that Shedeur Sanders was consistently delivering the football and making plays. Now I know. We always go back to this part of it. Who is he competing against? And I do think that matters. But at the same time, it wasn't like he had Jerry Jeudy going against the threes.
Exactly.
He had other, what they consider right now to be the 3s and 4s on this roster,
yes, competing
against each other. And at the end of the day, you want a quarterback who's elevating everyone's play.
100. You know, one thing about it, man, I got some clips. Everybody telling the truth. Everybody telling the truth. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dillon Gabriel was throwing to Jerry Jeudy, the number 1 wide receiver on the team, going against a number 3 defense. They could not elevate him. You saw the stats numbers. They couldn't even complete over 55% of their passes, playing with the number 1 offense, playing with the number 1 wide receiver, playing with the number 1 running back, tight end, the number 1 left tackle, the number 1 right tackle, the number 1 left guard, the number 1 right guard. Shedeur was down there playing with the twos and making them look like number 1s. That's what you want. He elevating everybody play. He's elevating the teams. He elevating and getting those young guys hope. And they got film work that they catching the ball from Shedeur Sanders. They ain't dropping no ball because Shedeur completed almost 80% of his passes. Almost 80% of his passes was completed in OTAs, minicamp. 80%. That lets you know the ball wasn't hitting the ground. Those wide receivers that were drafted probably was going to get cut. They're going to have to look at those wide receivers a different way. I'm just saying. All because Shedeur throw a catchable ball. They was catching it. They on tape. When the coaching staff go in their meeting and have to look at it and say, dog, this dude here caught every pass out there. Who was throwing it to him? Shedeur. Then you go back and look at Dillon Gabriel. And then you look at Kenny Pickett or who they were throwing to. They wide receiver who they were throwing to couldn't catch it. So when the wide receiver position coach look at the tapes and check his notes, man, He was playing with the ones. He didn't catch but 3 passes out of 20. Now I got to look at this wide receiver. He's a rookie. Shit, he caught 9 passes out of 10. Well, who gonna keep, coach? Man, who was throwing to him? Shedeur was throwing to him. I'm just trying to tell you. If Shedeur Sanders can make a rookie wide receiver look good, what you think he'll do to a veteran wide receiver, a veteran tight end? Why you think Noko was mic'd up with Shedeur Sanders a while ago what I showed? He trying to get to know his quarterback. Be watched. Barry Stevenson when graveyard hunting. Yeah, that. Yeah, you right, big dog. You right, big dog. Yeah, exactly what they did. Out of all the quarterbacks out there, that's exactly what they did, man. That's exactly what they did. $5 super chat for Real. What's up, Real? Appreciate that. None of them reporters knew how to handle 12, saying his biggest improvement is his relationship with the Lord. I only heard crickets. Hey, it is. Yeah. When they asked him that question, they thought he gonna go out there and say something crazy, so they can go back and say, "Oh, we told you this guy is arrogant. I told you he talked like his dad." Nah, Shedeur Sanders knew from that draft, day one, from day one, during that draft on draft day, he had to increase his faith with God. See, stuff like that make you turn to God. Oh yeah. It probably was a good thing that it happened to Shedeur. I don't wish no bad on nobody. But sometimes, a point in your life, you got to meet the master. You got to meet Christ. There ain't nobody too good for Christ now. I'm just trying to tell you. Coach Prime talk about him all the time. At some point, when you're a young man and when you got everything, God have to show you a side or put you in a situation where you can't nobody help you. Money can't help you. Your mama can't help you. Your daddy can't help you. Your sister, nor your brother, nor your best friend. You got to bow down and get on your knees and say, Lord, you the only one can help me. Lord, have mercy. It ain't even Sunday yet. Lord, thank you for this day. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell y'all. It's a good thing. They came at him at one way, and he shot back at him another way. That shows me maturity. That shows me leadership. That showed me that Shedeur is locked in for the mission and he ready to handle it because he free. He free. God done freed him. I'm over this draft. I'm over this everything that came with this draft. I'm focused on my assignment. My assignment is to be a NFL quarterback to a franchise who want me. Who want me? Who want me? Who want me? You gotta want him. Gotta be wanted. You got to be wanted to succeed in life. You got to be wanted. Got to be wanted. And it go hand in hand. It go hand in hand. Can't one person want you, then the other one say, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work on the football team. It ain't gonna work outside the football team. Both parties got to come together. They got to have a come to Jesus meeting. They got to have a come to Jesus meeting sometime in this process and put everything on the table. That's what they got to do. Got a $5 super chat from Patrick Williams. It's crazy because for the next month, Coach Susansi can't turn on the TV without hearing about you do it. Hey, he can't go online. He can't do nothing. He probably can't even walk in his house. If he got kids, I'm sure you better risk up, Dad. You better risk up. You better risk up. Talk that talk, CC. Yeah. Talk that talk. I'm just trying to tell y'all. Be watched. You are brutally honest about these quarterbacks. I hate it. They is what they is. Wisdom speak said they got him out of graveyard. That's exactly what they got him. Ain't nobody else tried to get him. Yeah. Who else tried to get them? Who else tried to get them? Okay. All Shedeur wide receivers did numbers in college. Everybody ate, and that was with zero front line. I can't wait for 12 to show out and throw for 500 yards in his first game. That's it. Man, you got the same agenda, big dog. We got the same agenda. Yeah, that pressure is on. That pressure is on. Yeah, that pressure is on. Wow, be white wrist up. They got a wrist up. Man, I guarantee if he got any small kids, they ain't what they going in there. Talking about Joe Flacco. You think his kid won't see some Joe Flacco? Kenny Pickett? No. No. No, 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 no. Got to wrist up. Got to wrist up. That little boy or that little girl wristing up. Kalen Clark is on my TV screen right now, playing in the NBA WNBA right now. How you know I mess up a word, y'all. Listen, she ain't not playing right now. 2 weeks ago, she was throwing up the wrist. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, she was throwing up the wrist. I'm just trying to tell you, everybody throwing up that wrist. Ain't no pressure. It's really ain't no pressure on Cleveland. Ain't no pressure on them. They just standing in their own way. What kind of franchise y'all know that's standing their own way? They've been standing on their way. Yeah, you're right. You're right, I love CC. I messed up one in a minute. my girlfriend and my daughter, they said, well, you'll mess up that, you'll mess up a name in a minute. I said, in a minute. In a minute. But I'm just saying, this decision ain't hard. Jabbar, Isaac, McGee, CC. This decision ain't hard, B. Authority. This decision is not hard at all, Robert Washington. It's easy. They can look like they run the NFL. That general manager, they can look like they run the NFL. All they got to do is start preparing Shedeur as QB1 and then start building around him. Sit him down. Say, hey, man, what you need to be successful in this league of this year? What's your goals? And we're going to tell you our goals. Do we want to win 7 or 8 games? Do we want to can we just gun for the wild card position? Can we just concentrate on that? And how can we get there? How you can get there? You sit down and concentrate on a division. Whoever you can beat in your last year in their division, they went 2-2, y'all. They went 2-2 in their division last year. 2-2. I think that was it. Or 2-4. There might have been 2-4. They went, 2-4. Hey, thank you for the cash out. Appreciate it. I ain't looked at it to see who it was. I just saw it popped up. Appreciate it. But I'm just saying, concentrate on their division. If they concentrate on their division and they start knocking one arm off, win your home game, because you're going to have that dog pound. Win your home games because you're going to have a fan base behind you, which you do. And you're going to be okay. All you got to do is just sneak and take one on the road. And it's a wrap. It ain't going to take much to get in a wild card. It ain't. It just ain't. But once again, I thank y'all for watching. Sports Talk with B. Watt for this last hour. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back tonight at 9. I'm scheduled at 9. Depends on when we get back. Like it's cloudy, finna rain again. Got to go out to do the eating thing with my girls, my daughters. And it's going to be between 9 and 10. 9 and 10. That's why I'll be 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. All right? I hope y'all come back and rock with me. We're gonna talk about Myles Garrett. What Myles Garrett's saying about, you already know, Shedeur Sanders. We finna see what Myles Garrett is saying about that quarterback position. Yeah.
Y'all gonna stop talking about Cleveland. Y'all gonna stop talking about Cleveland. We still got Shedeur, arguably the best quarterback in this draft, and he headed to Cleveland, and he loved Jesus. The family is saved. Send him to the Word Church, Dion. We'll take care of him. We got him. Let's go. Go Browns. Go Browns. Ah!
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
Let's come. You on the way.